IEEE TC. In this video, we will see about the load test on three-phase alternator. First of all, an alternator is an electrical generator that converts mechanical energy to electrical energy in the form of alternating current by using the principle of Faraday's electromagnetic induction. Okay, we will move on to the simulation part. This is the full circuit diagram. The alternator consists of two major parts, the stator part and the rotor part. The red, yellow and blue lines arising from the alternator forms the stator circuit. The armature is generally a stator and we can see the three line voltage sources of the alternator. The red and black lines arising from the alternator is connected to the rotor part. Rotor is a rotating magnetic field system. The alternator consists of electromagnet instead of the permanent magnets because alternators are used at maximum power. Here we need to separately excite the alternator by wounding the armature by the coil and hence the DC current is passed. Therefore, a constant magnetic flux is produced. In order to produce a change in magnetic flux, we have to rotate the rotor by using the prime mover, which is a mechanical input to the alternator. Then the EMF is induced in the armature circuit. Then we will see about the major components used in this experiment. In order to give DC supply voltage, here we use DPST switch, double pole single throw switch or 440 volt DC supply. The DC shunt motor is coupled with the alternator. The variac used here will vary the voltage and current of the shunt motor. By that we will get the line current and line voltage, which can be measured by the voltmeter and ammeter respectively. The tachometer used here will measure the speed of the alternator and the device usually displays the speed in RPM, revolutions per minute. Here we use rheostat to change the amount of current flowing through a circuit. It has two terminals in which one is fixed and the other one is a moving terminal. The ammeter and voltmeter is used here to measure the field current and field voltage of the alternator. And then the most important thing is the DC shunt motor and alternator ratings. The rated speed is 1500 RPM and the rated voltage of the armature is 415 volt. Should be known to us. This mechanism is used for separately exciting the alternator. Now let's go into the simulation part. The 440 volt of DC supply is given to the DC shunt motor by closing the DPST switch. Next, we need to bring the alternator to its rated speed. For that, the variac is used to vary the voltage up to the rated speed. Now, the speed crosses 800 RPM. Now it's nearly 1000 RPM. We need to bring the alternator to its rated speed. Now it's nearly 1400 RPM. We need to bring it to 1500 RPM. Okay, yes, it's now 1500 RPM. Then we need to bring the alternator to its rated voltage 415 volt by switching on the 220 volt DC supply. First, at its no load condition, let's start storing data and give show data. Now the voltage is increased gradually. At the same time, start storing its data. We can increase the voltage up to its rated voltage. and start storing the data at the same time. Now it reaches the rated voltage, that's maximum up to 413 volt. Now give show data. In order to study the field current and the EMF induced at no load, we started storing data, then the voltage is increased gradually. In this way, 7 readings up to the rated voltage is taken and stored. Now let's click show data. We can now able to see the data we have taken. Now I have generated a graph between the field current and the line voltage. By clicking on the field current and EMF induced at no load condition, generate graph. By seeing this graph, we can say that when the field current increases, the line voltage will gradually increase. Then for second part of the experiment, let's make clear data and start doing the next one. For first part, we have done the experiment with no load condition. Now it's load test on 3-phase alternator. So we need to gradually increase the given load. At first, I am going to take reading with no load condition. Okay, then now I am connecting the 3 phases to the alternator. And then I am giving one load to each phase of the alternator. Start storing its data in the same time. Then I am gradually increasing the load to each phase of the alternator. For every time the load is increased, I am storing its data. At last, now it's full load condition. Now it's fully loaded. I'm giving show data to see the data taken. Now let us generate a graph between output power and efficiency. Generate graph. By seeing this graph, we can able to see that the output power of the alternator increases. The efficiency gradually increases and at a certain point it starts to decrease. Then let us generate a graph between output power versus voltage regulation. By seeing this graph, we can able to see that when the output power of the alternator increases, the voltage regulation also gradually increases. The load test is generally conducted to check the capability of the machine, that how much the machine can uphold the load, and to study the various parameters like voltage regulation and its efficiency. As the load keeps on increasing, the speed of the alternator reduces. Here it reduces from 1500 rpm to 1450 rpm. That is, it reduces by 50 rpm. Although the experiment is done in virtual lab, the most important thing is we have to disconnect everything. So that first we are removing all the loads. Now all the load are getting removed. And then bringing down the excitation voltage to its minimum position. Now it's 0 volt and 0 ampere in the field current and field voltage stage. After that, switch off the 220 volt DC supply. That is the mechanical input we have given. At last, bring down the alternator to its minimum position by varying the variac from 1500 rpm to its initial position. Thus, we have conducted the load test on 3-phase alternator By driving the alternator at its rated speed 1500 rpm and increasing the field excitation till the armature voltage reaches its rated value. We can easily able to interpret that when we increase the load, the armature current will gradually increase and the voltage will also vary according to the type of load, as we used resistive load here. By observing the input and output of the alternator at each load, we can calculate the corresponding efficiency and regulation. Now, at last, open down the 440 volt DC supply. Thank you.